I'm guessing things are a bit bright in here, but I'm adjusting to this new location. Hey creative Earthlings, it's Mika. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Who is this girl? Why am I subscribed to her? Unsubscribe. But before you go, let me explain. Maybe I should have explained a couple of videos ago. But anyway, this channel's schedule is a little bit off right now, just like the thoughts in my head. I've had a weird June till December period. Anxiety was not helping at all. It and I have decided to separate ways for now. But anyway, that's not what we're here for today. Today we're making a DIY. We're making a deer skull. I kind of was expecting for a little bit of a crowd cheering. She said as if she wasn't filming this by herself. This DIY is a mixture of the paper mâché method and sculpture. It is not a quick project, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's very easy and you can make it with a few very simple supplies. It basically costs nothing because these things are huge on Pinterest right now. And if you've done some research, you may have seen that they can go for like $200. But we, as a DIY community, ain't going to allow that. We're making it ourselves for the fraction of the price. First and foremost, let's make the base of the skull. Having a picture as a guideline, sketch the outline on some cardboard and cut it out. Then take some wire and make 2 horns. I don't think there's a specific way of doing this. I definitely did not have anything in mind. I was just figuring it out as I went. That's why there's no actual footage of this. Horns don't have to be identical, just make sure you have a left and a right. Then take some newspaper, cut it into strips or smaller pieces and wrap it around the wire. Once you have them all covered, glue them on the cardboard. And she decided to sit there. What can I do? She's the queen, I have to obey. Mix equal parts of white glue or Mod Podge and water in a bowl. Dip the paper in, remove the excess, and cover the horns. If you already have a set of horns and you want to copy, you can skip the first step and paper mache directly on them. Cut it out in half once it's dry and reattach the 2 pieces. For the actual head, crumble some newspaper in the shape of the various parts of the face, a big oval for the forehead, 2 circles for the eyes, and attach them with some tape. Again, having a picture as a guide is very, very helpful. And as you can see, I forgot to glue the horns before, so I'm doing it now. The bond between them needs to be strong, because if you decide to put clay on the horns later, they might be too heavy for the cardboard. After paper mache the face, you can definitely start painting it as it is, or add a layer of clay on top. Now with paper as a base, the clay has to be air dry. Please don't put paper in the oven. Just don't, okay? We don't want to create a thick layer. In fact, the thinner you can make it, the better. Work in small batches and use the end of a brush to spread it and eliminate the harsh edges. By spraying a little water on your hands and going over the clay, you can achieve a smoother surface. It's okay if you're left with crooked lines and small lumps. Bones are supposed to look like that. But on the areas where you need it to be a bit smoother, you can work the clay in your palm like so before you apply it. Nakamaki, are you gonna help me? Are you going to help me? So I guess not. Okay. So the right horn was too heavy, and to create like a brace for it, I glued a chopstick on the back. Finally, the last step is to paint it. That's where you can get super creative. Sugar skulls look super cool, just saying. However, for this one, I thought we'd make a more realistic one. So I used black, brown, and yellow. The method is kind of like painting a marble pattern, meaning you want to create faded lines with the brown and then black lines on top to give it depth. Keep your brush a bit dry, that way you can blend the colors better on the clay. On the eye sockets specifically, you can go nuts with the black because we're trying to give the effect of a complete hollow. If an anthropologist took a peek at this particular one, they would have to say all sorts of things, like it has been through some heavy stuff, like run over by a truck, bitten with a clown hammer, but that's okay because it had a happy life. Well, I don't know if they actually say that, but we can just pretend. Finally, I thought it'd be cool if I dyed black ombre the tips of the horns, and of course, decorated it with a flower crown. Alright, so that was it. Pretty easy, like I told you. There are things that I would do differently now that I know. Maybe arrange the newspapers somehow so the face doesn't look so flat. You know, the way deer heads are. Like they have the eyes on the side rather than in the front. I was kind of going for that, but then it didn't. But anyway, I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think it looks pretty cool. Leave me a comment down below and tell me what would you have done differently, where you think I messed up. Maybe you have some requests or recommendations for future videos. What do you want to see on this channel? If you're not already, make sure you subscribe, because I'm not gonna tell you why, you know why. If you don't follow me on social media, you should do so, because I'm really active on Snapchat and Instagram. Yeah, lately Snapchat is like, that's the place. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you very, very soon.